There aren't many reasons to get up early in the morning, but that is certainly one of them. So this is probably one of the more realistic depictions of van life breakfast. My rule is everything as offline as possible, meaning I get there are people who have induction burners and electrical stuff. Even if you have a really good solar system, there's a chance it's going to die if you have 4 or 5 days without sun. It's just going to happen. Coffee makers can use a lot of electricity, surprising. You learn everything about what uses what. Like when you live in a house, you might think about the power bill or leaving something on for a long time, but you don't think, oh, do I have enough to run this, etc. So coffee, French press, old school kettle, which is an invaluable investment. This will work as long as I have a way to cook it. Worst case scenario, I can cook it over the fire if I had one, but I use butane, which is kind of hard to see. I'll do a better shot in a second. And I apologize for the terrible lighting. It's early in the morning and the sun is just coming up. This is my dog just snooping around. This is my kitchen. Yours may be different. It is in various states of chaos sometimes. Dishes. Winston is always interrupting with drinking, but that's another thing, is plenty of water, drinking water. It's hard to see, but I am fortunate enough that I can steal water from work. So these jugs from Walmart are quite cheap, and then I just fill them up with tap water because that's all it's being used for, is dishes. I'm really fortunate. I got this deep sink off Amazon for 60 bucks. It was regular 120 bucks. It's nice and deep. I can store dishes in it while I'm not doing it. Some people invest in a camp toaster. Some people have an actual toaster. I find this works pretty well. I just throw my toast on first, and within a few minutes, we're good to go. Set your kitchen up how you want it. There's always going to be how you think it's going to be versus how it actually is. Everyone has their Barbie dream home of designing, and it may stay that way. But I've been living this for about 3 months, and this is the system that works for me. This is the worst designed dollar store cutlery holder. Sorry, I just freaked out. This is the most god-awful cutlery holder because anything will fall through. I put cutlery in and just, it was a volcano, a cavalcade of just things falling out. So we're using much bigger kitchen utensils. We're using this other, oddly enough, dollar store container for this. And then your most wanted, your most MVPs, hooks. Hooks are your saving grace when you live in a truck. They just are fantastic. Your walls become storage for everything. You almost double your capacity. And this really shouldn't be smoking right now, but basically, yeah, this is my butane burner. It runs off these little bottles. They're quite cheap. You can generally find them all year round. Ideally, I would have a propane burner with a huge tank that would go a lot faster. These last 3 or 4 days at regular cooking when I'm not filming and just holding them, not doing anything. But this little dude was 30-40 bucks. I've had it for a number of years for emergencies and blackouts, and like I said, it has always come through in a pinch. This really helps out. Toast turned out pretty decent. I would highly recommend getting a roof thing with a fan. This is not the best and clearly wired in a super safe way, but just to get the smoke out and the smells that your dog is going to love. But 2 sunny side up eggs, pre-cooked sausages because I don't have time or the means to cook off sausages every morning for breakfast. That's going to cook up in a few minutes. Eat whatever you want. Eat muesli, eat yogurt, eat avocado toast. Just find a system that works for you. This is low maintenance. I can get this banged up before work and get to work on time. And of course, my supposed to be over easy eggs broke, and we're now going to have semi-scrambled, but end of the day, my body just sees it as food, so who gives a shit. And there you go, relatively easy breakfast. Breakfast is not that much different when you're at home. You just have to cook a little different. Might take a little more time. Like I said, I do my toast first. I don't really care if it's cold or not. I just want it toasted. Sausage, eggs. Got my little baby faux espresso. I love sparkling water. I gave up drinking a few years ago, and this has been my new addiction, and it's fantastic. Anyways, This is my first cooking YouTube video. I decided to just throw this up. If you like it, thumbs up. Any comments, any requests you want to see. I am not a fantastic cook, but you learn to cook this way and live this way. So if you have any questions about camp life, cooking, van life, let me know in the comments.